We're gonna learn something today. We're gonna see because they're actually roasting for their client today. So he's roasting a lot of beans today.
I think like what 15 times 5 kg, so about 75 kg worth of beans.
Okay, so let's check it out.
Let's check it out. Okay, so we have compounds, a head roaster or only roaster is
So yeah, how the green beans look like. Yeah, this is the roasted hopper. Then we will have our own charge temperature.
so charge temperature is like the temperature you want to drop your beans in, which is now.
Yep. So of course I won't tell you guys like what charge temperature like. It's just the charge temperature is when I open the latch to put the green beans in to start cooking. Yeah. For natural, it's about 160 charge.
160 degrees.
160 degrees charge.
Okay.
And then for wash, it's 180.
Okay.
So usually wash, you can go a bit higher.
Alright.
And that's just the rule of thumb.
Rule of thumb.
To get a start. Like if let's say you're starting from scratch. Yeah. But of course, as you progress through your roasts, you will learn that actually this you don't have to stick to that. You can of course experiment and see how different temperatures affect the whole roast. Yeah. So roasting is just time versus temperature. Yeah.
Temperature, right.
Forget. Temperature is the here. X-axis.
Yeah.
And then time is the y-axis.
Yeah.
So basically, all roast graphs will always look like a Nike pick. I can't bring it closer, so you can
Attentive to each point in time.
Okay, so can I ask, right, for this kind of machines, right, is it a very like manual style where you gotta keep adjusting things as you're going along, or it's totally automatic?
It's still, I would say it's semi-manual.
Okay.
Because in terms of like the gas setting, we have to just need to press a button
okay.
and that's about it. Just press a button.
Okay.
You can control most of it from that panel there.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you want a even more manual one, is our smaller roaster. It's called the Bella Taiwan, the small one.
Okay.
If you want to show them.
You still use that?
Yeah, we use it for our filter roaster. Because our filter are more small batch, right? So you don't need to use such a big machine.
Also, most of the stuff here is all for your espresso stuff.
And for wholesale. Yeah.
Okay, so for this machine, how much does it take in one like roast?
So this is the capacity is 1 kg.
Okay.
This is 6 kg.
Okay.
And that's what the manufacturer say lah. Of course, optimum capacity is 80%.
80% of the...
Yeah. So every month, we will disassemble the machine to clean it.
Every month.
Yeah. By we, I'm... But it's interesting. It's interesting to learn what goes inside the roaster.
Okay. So can you just roughly explain the roasting process? Like, there's a Nike graph, right? So what are the different stages of roasting?
Okay, so just now the charge time is the first one, and that's the very first part of the 90 point. And then as you go down, there's this thing is called turning point, when the temperature starts to rise up. So the reason is because when the beans are put into the roaster, right, the beans are actually cold or like room temperature. So when it touches the probe reads it as cold first, so that's why it's decreasing. But then after that, it will reach an equilibrium where the
cook again, start to cook again, right?
That's right. From that turning point, it will reach a point where the beans turn from green to yellow. Okay, some people call it yellowing phase. We call it the drying end. Because that whole phase is called the drying phase. But of course, the whole roast is a drying phase lah. Yeah, because you're drying it constantly. Right? Then after drying end, it will go all the way to first crack. So that's the mayat phase or cooking phase. Yeah. But then again, also the whole roast is a cooking phase lah. So that's just how we roast it here. Yeah. Then after first crack, all the way to when you drop is the development phase, or we call it the browning phase. So basically how
like steak,
your color, how brown you want it. You want medium dark, full city, Italian or French.
Have you still done full city here or don't they?
No. We don't do anything above second crack. We don't do second crack. So after first crack, right? First crack is like a popping sound, popcorn, and then after that, if let's say you continue roasting, it will actually have another crack, which is the second crack. The first crack is more of like the pressure that is built up during the roasting process.
Or the gas.
Correct. Right. Then it pops. Then the second crack is more of like you're actually breaking the structure even more, then the oil start to seep out. So when the oil seep out, basically you know it's dark roast.
Yeah, dark roast.
Yeah. The oil, the bad thing about the oils is that it will turn rancid.
Yep.
So you can't keep it for very long. So that's why a lot of people not really understand that dark roast makes the coffee spoil faster. Like I said, it's all up to preference.
Yeah.
Dark roast is really some people just like that cowness, you know. So they like that cowness, but then they don't want robusta. So dark arabica will be the similar thing lah. Of course, if you do a dark roast, you know there's a lot of oils in the machine. So later when I clean, it's more difficult lah.
Right, yeah.
So I always don't do dark roast.
I personally hate dark roast because I got to clean my grinder also.
Yeah, it's the same thing lah. But dark roast is you showcase more of the roast. And less of the bean, but you can still get some hints of the beans. But light roast is more of the beans, less of the roast, so that's how the spectrum works. Medium, usually our Brazil is about medium. But other than that, Ethiopians for espresso filter is more medium light.
Medium light.
I tried to do light roast, but I don't know, I'm only 9 months old roasting, right? So I'm not really pro lah.
Still trying to figure it out.
I try to figure out, sometimes can, sometimes cannot. But okay lah.
So when it's a light roast, right, is it just after first crack?
Correct.
So it's really like very sensitive to the timing when you get it out lah.
Yeah. But of course, how you play with the heat before first crack affects how the beans is cooked, mah.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes if you drop at first crack, right, the beans is not cooked within the roast, right, then it will just taste grassy. Yeah, so that's the risk of light roast. The chances of getting that grassy note is there.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna drop.
Okay, so when you get like a new batch of coffee in, right, generally it's how many kilos when you get it in? One batch in the green beans is like a lot.
Really, it's the most basic one is 60 kilos.
Okay.
In one jute bag, but some places do 30 kilos also.
Okay. Yeah. So from there, right, do you all do like a small batch first to determine how you want to roast it?
Yeah, correct. So before we even buy the beans, we ask for samples from our suppliers.
Okay.
Yeah, either we ask for suppliers or directly from the farm. Then we will either ask for green bean sample or roasted sample. So green bean sample we will roast ourselves using the Ikawa. Then after that we will taste. It's just to get the potential of the bean because the roast profile can't really be transferred or translated into a drum roaster. It's different.
It's different, right?
Yeah. But it's just to get the potential. Yeah. If let's say lazy or what, just get the roasted beans. But of course sometimes you get the roasted beans. What's that? Sometimes the beans doesn't taste good. You don't know whether it's because of the roast or the green.
Right, yeah.
So that's why green bean is the best. For filter, I'm chasing the quality of acidity. So how ripe is it? If let's say you translate it to a fruit, the level of ripeness, is it underripe, very ripe, overripe? What's the type of ripeness I want? And then for espresso, usually we chase for sweetness. So the rest all doesn't really matter. It's all about sweetness. So as long as you get either fruit sweetness or brown sweetness, whichever it is as long as the roast, if let's say I roast it a different way and that sweetness is higher, then I'll just go for the other roaster. So yeah, just now you were saying everyone tastes different stuff. It's a truth like. For example, even if I'm cupping, right, so I will cup with my barista, with Chi, and sometimes the owners also. So it's like, I don't know, sometimes they will taste like, oh, it's very winey or like, it tastes like rum. Then I'm like, I don't know, I never tasted before, bro. So I'm like, okay, so this is what it tastes like. So it's basically, I also get to understand what it actually tastes like without tasting it. So it's pretty interesting.
So okay, one more thing I want to say. People would think that roasting, your progression is that you want to be a roaster. But I think a lot of roasters will say, right, being a barista and being a pro roaster is two different things.
Yeah.
The barista is more glamorous. The roaster is just sitting here, right? Pouring the beans in, taking it out, carrying the beans.
It's like those people that doing photocopy paper. You're just doing the same thing over and over again, right? Yeah.
The best part about roasting is when we get new beans, because then you can experiment and actually use our head. This one is just copy paste, okay? Same thing.
So quick introduction. This is like your your roast, what happens when the beans, we go through the roast, and it's like the green just starting to roast. Then you have like, your yellowing phase. Shout outs to my yellow brothers. But yeah, this is when like they lose all the chlorophyll and stuff, and it starts to expand. Then you have your first like browning phase. Not say browning, but like start turning into like bread-ish kind of color. Then this is when you get your first crack. This two actually smells very similar to me, so I guess it's like a just losing all the grassiness, right? Then obviously this is when it's done, no? Then you get your roast. Now it's starting to smell a bit, but like obviously it just came out from the roaster, so the roasted smell is still there. Like when you just roast a steak, that roasted smell, yeah, this is exactly how it smells, right? What kind of flavor? This hasn't really have a chance to like rest and like come out, so you gotta wait.
Okay, so right now we will be doing a cupping of our beans. So I blended it already, so you can smell the dry aroma just to see what you smell.
Oh.
Right. So it's a blind cupping, like you won't know which coffee. Only I know lah. Later after we taste, I will let you know.
Oh, blind cupping is fun. Blind cupping is very fun.
So it will bring you back to what you have smelled or tasted before. It's more of like your memories and basically whatever you know about coffee lah. Some are quite obvious, like okay, it's not confirmed from this place, or it's not from this place, or this one confirmed is this process.
I think I know what it is.
Okay.
But I don't know the rest.
No problem. It's,
Yeah. That's why it's fun, right?
Yeah.
But so far I do like this cup. That smells very like strawberry-ish. Very sweet.
Pour more water.
So what 4 minutes, right?
Yes, sir. So basically, I'll just start the timer lah when I pour.
So you can see cupping is very straightforward. Don't need like fancy kettle. It's just the most water you can boil in a kettle is more important because you need to cup a lot. This real talk.
Yeah. Okay, so how much coffee do you put into each one and how much water?
I think everybody's a bit different, right? Actually.
So over here is 12 grams. To the cup we weigh out is about 216. To be exact lah, but maybe plus minus 5, 220 or 200.
But the important thing is that it's consistent and exactly the same for each one.
Yeah, correct.
But it's basically like a French press. Simply put, it's just French press.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, for cupping actually, if you go if normal cupping the standard is actually coarse grind size, and then if follow SCA standard is 93 degrees water. So the reason is because when it's coarse, the coffee won't extract too fast, and it can last longer after 30 minutes. You can still taste the coffee. But for over here, because it's a very small group of tasting, right? So we actually go a bit finer. So the reason is so that when you're finer, you actually bring out more of the flavors, but it's also you bring out more of the undesirable flavors or maybe some defects. So when we cup, that's what we look for lah. Not the flavors, but the defects or undesirable flavors.
More seeking defects and stuff, right?
Because if every time just taste nice stuff, then everything also nice, right? Yeah, so you want to taste the bad stuff.
Yeah, true. Now, see, wet aroma is very different. You should go and smell now. Also, we are doing something very, usually people call us very wrong, is that we are sharing our thoughts out loud. Because usually in cupping, we try not to share because like the thing that I scared I affect his perception and he will affect my perception. So usually you go to a lot of cupping, it's very quiet other than a lot of slurping.
The experts still need to touch up.
Yeah, the experts still need to touch up. So cupping is a very like raw way of tasting coffee. So I think for a lot of like people who's taking part in like brewing competitions or like even at home actually, learning how to cup is a very good way of trying to understand. I mean, I know you when you buy a cup of coffee from a cafe, you'll be like, oh, that coffee tastes nice, I want to try going home and brew it. But sometimes the coffee that they're brewing at the place, right, is different from what they're selling because there will be some time lapses, right? So a very good way of like without using so much of your beans is to like take 10 grams and then cup. So you have a baseline understanding on
What it's
How-
supposed to taste like.
what it's supposed to taste like. Then from there, then you brew accordingly. So that's like a very hardcore way of brewing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just take a bit. Okay. And when you slurp through your front teeth, like here. And then if you can, you try to gargle a bit. And then you breathe out through your nose, so the vapors will travel through your olfactory bulb.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess so. So I'll show you example.
So people usually will speed up because why people will speed up because you end up cupping like 80 over cups or something, right?
So usually for cupping, how many do you all do at one shot?
Now, of course, it depends on our production lah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say if we do a lot, then we have a lot. Yeah, but so far the maximum we did was like maybe 20 cups or maybe 25.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, because we also cup our 7-day roast. So after 1 week of the production roast, we will cup the same coffee again to see how it transforms.
Actually now so maybe now here's the tip. For your coffee here at compound, how long you all usually recommend to rest?
For filter, 1 week
1 week.
can use that.
Oh, okay.
Then espresso actually
The more you buy can use it or no?
no, cannot. But actually 1 week also lah, because both roast is about medium light. But unless you buy our Brazil, it's about medium. So maybe less than 1 week you can use already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep, now time to cup.
each spoon.
Any spoon also. So usually you'll rinse, dry it a bit, and obviously you so previously before COVID you pour into a cup and sip but now no COVID already so
Now it's because it's a small.
a small group but usually bigger group you pour into a cup and then you drink from it Oh, that's nice. I think going back to the conversations is that they all taste very different. Like
Yeah.
they are different because every bean come from different country will taste different, right? So when you come from public cupping sessions, is I think it's a very raw way of understanding how each coffee tastes. Wow, this
Yeah, yeah,
region very shocked, yeah. Do you think Indonesian coffees have improved like recently, or is it like has been a lot, right? A lot better right now.
Because of the processing. Man, not gonna lie, it does improve the bean, so
Yeah.
okay lah, can lah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Taiwan also same thing. Taiwan coffee used to be not good. Also, they improve in processing. They start to put all the tea processing into their coffee beans, but then very expensive. Their coffee cup you go there buy is like $30 one cup, bro. Yeah, Taiwan geishas $30 one cup, bro. I was like, I look forward to coming back here to buy this.
This is the chef. Basically, it's we'll also call it the silver skin of the roast from the green beans. Yeah. So when you roast it, it will fall out. And it's this but this is very flammable. So if it's too full, right, we cannot roast. We have to stop and clean because if not, it will catch fire.
Oh,
Then there will be an eternal fire.
dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. That's all.
So a lot to clean again.
Yes, sir.